welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and it's a Tuesday morning. We record on Tuesday mornings, and we got a little bit of a rain shower this morning.
Yes, we did. It was kind of a nice rain.
I know. I hope it.
Yeah.
We probably at that point now where we could probably use another rain. I think the crops look amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, corn's like way over your head. I was at Mac and Page's the other day. They got beans by their house, and they looked good. Nothing looks crispy, which is unusual.
Yeah,
usually everything's starting to look fryy.
There was a guy on a motorcycle this morning on my way here in the rain.
Oh, that hurts.
And I felt bad, but he was only going, like between 40 and 45 miles an hour. I had to pass him.
That
which
hurts.
blew even more rain on him. But I'm like, there was a whole line of cars, and it's like we all had to go around. But I'm like, dude, like, how do you stand that in the rain?
I got to tell you a funny story. So we were in Panama City Beach. It was me and my sister Linda, my niece Lexi, and a friend of hers. And they had rented scooters, okay? And Lexi was not a good scooter rider. So her and her friend had rented scooters, and Linda and I were in the car we had. We all went to Pier Park, and we were at the movie theater, okay? Well, while you're in there, it decided to come a downpour. We come out. Well, there's two scooters out there, and Pier Park's probably 2.5, 3 miles from my mom's place.
Okay.
On Front Beach Road, no doubt, because you can't take the scooters on Back Beach. And so anyway, I'm like, oh my God, and Lexi's terrible. She was not a good driver on that. I'm thinking, there's no way she could ride that. Now, her friend was with her. I'm like, we got to get. So Lexi rode with Linda. I drove that scooter, and her friend drove that scooter, and it was still pouring. Of course, we were soaked to the bone, and even going like 20, 30 on Front Beach, it hurt.
Oh, I bet.
It is painful. Not to mention I had a white shirt on. It looked like I was in a wet T-shirt contest. It was awful. When I got off that thing, and it was like just soaked. Oh, hair dripping wet. I mean, it literally looked like I had been in the shower for 10 minutes with my clothes on.
Yeah.
It was hysterical.
Oh, my gosh.
It was hysterical.
Well, I'm glad you made it back safe.
Oh, we did.
Did she ever rent a scooter again?
Like, ever again. Yeah, well, Lexi could not catch how to ride that scooter for nothing. And I'm like, there's no way, you'll kill yourself. You can't ride it on dry land, let alone in pouring down rain. But yeah, but anytime because you're like, oh, let's get there, be like, I was like, it's like you're getting.
You almost need goggles.
I had a feeling it hit your skin. It was almost, I know what being in a paintball is, that paintball wars would be like. It has to hurt, and it's hitting your skin.
Yeah, they say that does hurt.
Oh, and this would probably be the same as these raindrops hitting you going 40, 45 mile an hour. Oh, it'd kill you. Oh, it hurts so bad.
Oh, yeah. No thanks.
No thanks. It was awful.
I'll stick to my car.
Yeah, well, I would have too.
Although I used to have a moped that I drove all over Horde and Bible Grove when I lived there in high school.
I loved my scooter. And when we're down in Panama City, I used to rent scooters all the time and drive them around. My mom had a golf cart, so then it became golf cart friendly. But yeah, after going down there so many times before it was golf cart friendly, I rented scooters all over the time. And I drove all over Front Beach Road on the scooter. And then I came home, and I had a scooter here in Florida. For the longest time, but then it just got people. They
didn't pay attention.
These things right here, these cell phones, nobody's paying attention, and people, man, I almost got hit 2 or 3 times. Somebody almost ran into me, cut into my lane, turning the corner, almost hit me head on. Had to lean way over like this and scream at her. I mean, no, and it was like I went home, and then Dave Bryden got hit on his. I went home, and I was like, so I'm out. Jim sold his motorcycle yesterday.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yep. No, I'm like, he hadn't even ridden in a couple of years. Yeah, I'm like, he hadn't ridden it in a couple of years, and I didn't ask him to do it. I didn't ask him to do it, and a lot of his friends are selling theirs. He's 60. What is he? 62, and he just, like I said, once the grandkids came, we're busy with them, and he's busy doing a lot of other things,
Right.
Saturday mornings, he would get up and take off, and him and his buddies would go riding. He builds handicap ramps on Saturday mornings. Every Saturday morning, he builds a ramp, so he's not.
Yeah.
So he's not doing it anymore, and so the other day, I was surprised. He was like, do I got pictures of my motorcycle? I'm like, I don't know, honey. What, I don't know why. And he's like, well, I'm going to sell it. And I'm like, you are? He said, yeah, I'm going to sell my bike. And I said, okay, why? He said, well, he said, I didn't. He said, I never ride it. He said, last year I didn't even license it. I said, oh, okay, yeah. I said, you didn't know. Not that I'm not sad about it, because I'm not going to lie. When Jim rides that bike,
makes you nervous.
It does. And when Jim rode hard. Jim was kind of, a daredevil. Even when Jim was always at the head of the line, and even people that rode with Jim was like, dang, he likes to go hard. He likes to take. Yeah, and wasn't too long ago. A couple years ago, he was headed somewhere, and deer ran out in front. Got started. I'm like,
that's
what?
Scary.
So every time he'd take off on that motorcycle, I'm like, I wonder if today's the day he's not coming back. Seriously, it got to that point.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, nobody's paying attention when they're driving anymore.
Yeah, even when you're in a car, if you take a glance at the cars that are meeting you, there are so many of them that are doing this while they're driving. I'm like, put it down.
And you never want to take, and like I said, I've probably said this many times, especially if you're on North Mill, right there at the American Legion. I do North and South Mill all the time, crossing right there. That it don't matter if you've got the green light going north and south. Everybody runs that red light going east and west. I see it every single day. Every day I see somebody ride that. The other day I was sitting at the shop and I wasn't busy, and I got those big windows, so I'm just sitting there. So I was just daydreaming. I was looking across the street because they were and a kid came by in a Jeep driving. I'm like, you might. I was like, hey, kid. I don't know if you know, there's an intersection coming. Yeah. And like my windows are the whole front of the shop is like open, and literally the whole time that he was driving in front of the shop, wasn't even looking. I was like, yeah. So I'm glad it's gone. Connor's selling his. We got Connor's back. Connor's selling his. He took his over there, and he was over in St. Louis. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, we're selling. Yeah, and and Jim sold really. I said, are you sad? He said, a little bit. I like that bike. He said, but I'm not. He never really did.
Well, just take a lot of pictures of it and look at them often. Yeah. Be like, that was my bike.
That was my bike. So, yeah. And, of course, Destiny's like, we've been trying to sell Devons. You want to sell Devons? And I said, well, that East Drive gets a lot of traffic. So, he just set it out there.
Yeah, because football season's coming up.
I said, football season's coming up. And, because those Friday night lights.
Yeah.
Isn't that? Oh, yeah, it's just.
And they got new sod at the football field.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so.
Is it coming? Is it out? Is it laid down yet?
It's laid down. Yeah. That's all I know.
Yeah, because sod, they can go.
About it.
Does that have to, grip itself?
I think it kind of grows together.
Yeah, because HGTV. And they roll it out.
Yep.
And then it will just kind of.
Yeah, I think so.
And then it'll stick its toes in the ground.
I think so.
Because I was down there before they laid it, and it's like it was all tilled up.
Yeah.
So it's because it's real grass.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that. How they shave it up out of whatever it's growing in and roll it into rolls and.
It's got to be grown in a greenhouse.
Okay.
It has to be, right?
That'd have to be a really big greenhouse.
Because it's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
We might have to do a show on how is sod. I feel like Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street, they always showed you how things were made. This is how crayons are manufactured. We need to do something like that, but this is how sod is manufactured.
Yeah. One TV show that I used to love and never missed watching, that TV show Unwrapped. And it was literally I
don't think I've seen that.
Go into how's candy made? How do you make Tootsie Rolls? And they go into a Tootsie Roll factory and show you start to finish how do you make suckers
that's neat.
Oh, Unwrapped was great.
Okay, I never watched that.
Oh, you should. You would enjoy it.
It's probably on YouTube. It's probably still out there.
If you haven't watched, and the narrator was really good, and they go into all these factories from start to finish, and oh yeah, it was awesome. And then how they deliver it all out, and Unwrapped, it was a fantastic. Where did I watch that? I don't know, but you need to watch it. Or if you're not, I bet you could go to Prime or something, and or YouTube. Yeah, Unwrapped is great. It's a fun show. Okay. I used to never mention that and HGTV.
Yeah, I watched a lot of HGTV back in the day. I love the House Hunters.
I still watch House Hunters.
And I loved the one, Trading Spaces.
I never did watch it.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Jim and I watched Weekend Warriors a lot because that was us. And we're like, you know what? HGTV missed out on not having Jim and I do Weekend Warriors. Because we'd have sold that out because we talk about the projects he and I did on our house.
Yep, you guys would have been good at that.
The fighting.
Yeah, it would have been very entertaining to say the least.
WWF Weekend Warriors with Jim and Stacey Early Wine.
You would have had a lot of viewers.
We would have had a lot of viewers. I've always said I wish we would have done reality TV.
Yeah.
Unknown reality TV. If there was a camera in my house.
It's not too late.
Yeah, we could probably still put a camera in our house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, let Jansen, our producer, know that you want to do reality TV. See if we can get it on Wabash Television.
Let's do a reality TV show.
Yeah, maybe you'll be picked up by like
Jim
Bravo or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
we totally could, especially now with all the adventures we're on. Yeah, with his parents and with the grandchildren. Boy, you knew they came in. They came home from Florida yesterday. Woo! They were excited to see Pawpaw.
Oh, I bet. They probably missed you guys while they were down there.
Oh, yeah. And they're at the, Pawpaw's got 2-a-days volleyball practice and stuff. So while we're here today, he's got Jack and JoJo at the gym, and they love
fun.
They love being at the gym with Pawpaw. They love that volleyball. They'll chase balls.
Oh, well, that'll get some of that energy. Good planning. Good planning.
Paige was like, today is a mandatory nap day. They've been down in Florida, and you know, I don't think they've had too many naps. But they were both up today, and she said, because like a lot of times, like if they're still sleeping, one of us will go over there not to wake them because you know you don't want to release the Kraken. Jack's just like his dad, so of course he's up. Don't matter if he got 2 hours of sleep, Jack's going to be up. Now, Joey's a little bit more of a sleeper. I really figured Jim would be at the house, have to go over there today and wake her up, but it didn't happen that way. I was surprised.
Wow.
But yeah, Jack is Mac never slept. He wasn't much of a sleeper.
I can't imagine. All my kids slept a lot. 12-hour nights, and they took naps.
Really?
God knew that's I couldn't handle it any other way. So,
well,
they all took after me. We all sleep.
Well, Connor was a good sleeper. Mac didn't sleep through the night till he was well over 3 years old.
Oh my gosh!
Connor was the great baby because what Connor did was he slept all the time. You had to wake him up to feed him. He was fantastic. Yeah, Mac was one of those weird kids that you just you'd woke up and he'd just be by your bed and he'd be like, honey, what are you doing? Hi, mommy. Honey, go back to bed. He'd be 3. Oh yeah, as a baby, you'd rock him and think he was asleep and be like, okay, and then he'd be like,
yeah.
No, Mac never did require a lot of sleep. I guess it's a good thing he's a farmer.
Yeah, as an adult, I wish I was a person that didn't require a lot of sleep.
Yeah, because
I'd get a lot more done.
I'm a 9-hour sleeper.
I do require a lot of sleep.
I like sleep. I like 9 hours a night. And if I don't get it, and I'm not talking 5 or 6. If I don't get that, if I only get 8 hours of sleep, I can tell a big difference. I like 9 hours. Yeah, and I know that's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so I pulled up an ad. I think he's going to pull this one up. This is a fun ad. This is a good summertime ad. Dixie cups. 1950. Did your mom ever have these Dixie cups?
We always had Dixie cups in our bathroom.
My mom never did have Dixie cups, but Jackie Thatcher's mom, Bonnie Thatcher, had Dixie cups. And I was always jealous of, this is so stupid, I had the weirdest jealousy.
You were jealous because they had Dixie cups and you didn't?
Because I always loved the way they were hanging them on the wall. Look at the kids coming in like, hey, I love this picture because look, the kids are coming in. Look, Mom's got Dixie cups. And then even the friends coming in from the back. Back there's a kid on the swing set, and then there's a little old cheap pool like we used to play with a sailboat running in. Now this is 1950. A kitchen-sized Dixie cup dispenser ends between meal clutter. Yeah, no more piled up counters and sinks. No more between meal dishwashing. No more glasses to be dried and put away. No more broken glasses. Handy for the whole family year round. For fruit, juices, milk, soft drinks. Ideal for outdoors during hot summer months. Dixie cups. Look for the big economy size. Did you know we started doing economy sizes in the 50s? The thrifty way to buy Dixie cups for everyday home use.
Well, we didn't have them in our kitchen, but we had them in our bathrooms.
Really?
Not that size.
Yeah.
We had the regular tiny size.
Huh.
Yeah, that's the extra large size.
That's the extra large ones, yeah. Dixie is a registered trademark of the Dixie Cup Company. Let's see, what else it says. Now, Dixie Cups do so much more, cost so little. Look for the big economy size. Yeah, that's kind of a cool... Mm-hmm. Of course, the big economy size. I mean, this is the 50s, so it's not exactly a big gulp like what we're used to today. But yeah, right. I saw that. I'm like, well, how cool is that ad?
Yeah, that's super cute.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's a neat little ad.
Yeah, they've all been outside playing in the yard.
Yeah. Of course, there's Mother with her perfectly manicured nails. And
her little watch.
Her little watch and her perfect little wedding ring. Yeah, here,
we
children.
We can't see her heels, but I'm sure they're there.
I'm sure they're there. I love the 50s.
Yeah.
Bring back the 50s.
For sure.
All right, well.
We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high-quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and I found, I told you guys a while back that periodically I was going to bring columns, a Bill Oliver column, because they're funny. Mm-hmm. So I was going to read those, and I'm like, okay, I got to get to Don Thomas's. I got to get over there. Beth and I both got to get back over there and get some more stuff from him, and it'd probably be about time for us to make a genealogy trip too. Mm-hmm. So we got to get on that. I still have some more stuff at home, but I don't know. It's kind of fun. We probably need to go visit him. But so I'm going to read something from Bill Oliver. But I also came across what Donna Eubinger was a clever little writer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
she sure was.
Yeah, I like Donna Eubinger. Mm-hmm. She was a lot of fun. But anyway, I found this, and it caught my eye. And she writes on here, Dear reader, this is another instance where the internet has come up with something so much better than I could ever write. And she says, I call this For Women Only, advice from a retired husband.
Oh.
Of course, my husband is retired, right? So it caught my fancy. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let's see what this guy has to say about retirement. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to read this from Donna Eubinger. Advice from a retired husband. It is important for men to remember that as women grow older, it becomes harder for them to maintain the same quality of housekeeping as when they were younger.
Okay.
Here we go. Will you notice this? Try not to yell at them. Some are oversensitive, and there's nothing worse than an oversensitive woman.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I wonder if this guy got put in the doghouse. My name is Ron. Let me relate how I handled the situation with my wife, Susie. When I retired a few years ago, it became necessary for Susie to get a full-time job along with her part-time job. Okay, he retired, so now it's time for Susie to go back to work.
Oh, boy.
She's got to get a full-time and a part-time. How do you do both? I guess Susie's working all the time. both for extra income and for the health benefits that we needed. Shortly after she started working, I noticed she was beginning to show her age. I usually get home from the golf club about the same time she gets home from work.
Oh, my.
Although she knows how hungry I am,
oh, my.
She almost always says she has to rest for herself an hour or so before she starts dinner. I don't yell at her. Instead, I tell her to take her time and just wake me when she gets dinner on the table. I generally have lunch in the men's grill at the club, so eating out again is not reasonable. I'm ready for some house-cooked grub when I hit that door. She used to do the dishes as soon as we finished eating, but now it's not unusual for them to sit on the table for several hours after dinner. I do what I can by diplomatically reminding her several times each evening that they won't clean themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
I wonder what happened to Ron.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
Now, granted, this is a column from Tuesday, August 25th, 2009. Okay? I diplomatically reminded her.
Yeah, those aren't going to wash themselves.
Those are not going to wash themselves.
Oh, my.
I know she really appreciates this, as it does seem to motivate her to get them done before she goes to bed. Another symptom of aging is complaining, I think. For example, she will say that it's difficult for her to find time to pay the monthly bills during her lunch hour. But boys, we take them for better or for worse. So I just smile and offer encouragement. I tell her to stretch it out over 2 or even 3 days. That way she won't have to rush, and that wouldn't hurt any, if you know what I mean. I'd like to think tact is one of my strong points. When doing simple jobs, she seems to think she needs more rest periods. She had to take a break when she was only half finished mowing the yard. I try not to make a scene. I am a fair man. I tell her to fix herself a nice, big, cold glass of fresh squeezed lemonade and just sit for a while. And as long as she is making one for herself, well, she might as well make me one too. I know that I probably look like a saint in the way I support Susie. I'm not saying that showing this much consideration is easy. Many men will find it difficult. Some will find it impossible. Nobody knows better than I do how frustrating women get as they get older. However, guys, even if you just use a little more tact and less criticism of your aging wife because of this article, I will consider that writing it was well worthwhile. After all, we are put on this earth to help each other. Sincerely, Ron.
Oh, my. I think that's, written to be funny, but
I think it is.
I think that there are actually men out there like this. Poor Susie.
This is funny. Get this. Donna's note. Ron died suddenly on February 7th of a perforated rectum. The police report says he was found with a Callaway extra long 50-inch Big Bertha Driver 2 golf club jammed up his rear end with barely 5 inches of grip showing and a sledgehammer lying nearby. His wife Susie was arrested and charged with murder. The all-women jury took only 10 minutes to find her not guilty, accepting her defense that Ron somehow, without looking, accidentally sat down on his golf club.
That's awesome. Oh, funny.
Is that not hysterical?
That was a good one.
Advice from a retired husband.
Oh, my lands.
I gracefully told her, those dishes are not going to wash themselves.
Oh, right, yeah.
I wonder if that was real. I bet it is, because she said she did find out some guy wrote it, but surely it was just for funsies, right?
Surely. Yes.
Otherwise, I feel sorry for Susie.
Uh-huh. Me too.
Yeah, so Donna, she was a fun lady. Donna Euminger's probably make a pretty good, interesting story, wouldn't they?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should
talk
probably
about the
Ubingers. Yeah,
Ubingers.
because Ubingers was a, gosh, they were a family-owned business in town for a long, long time.
Long time.
Yep. Long, long, long time. Well, anyway, so I'm going to get to my Bill Oliver, because if I have time, I want to talk a little bit about the Star Carter Stanfield. The Needmore store.
Oh, okay.
I've been holding on to that one for a while. I'm going to put Bill Langville on there because, my OCD just does not allow for me for things to be weird and curly uppy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a
You
mess,
think I
isn't
get
it?
old? When you're getting old, do you think all those weird things you have get weirder?
I don't know.
I've always had some OCD. Everything has to be.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, I think it's getting worse. It's like this kind of thing. Pictures, things have to be. I mean, we're right now when we're doing this show, there's like a little clock here and a little clock there. They're doing, but somehow that clock on the wall has stopped and it's 10 till 6, but it's still clicking, and it's literally I can't keep my eyes off that clock.
Oh, it's driving you crazy that it's 10 till 6. I didn't. Here's the difference between her and I. I didn't even notice.
You didn't even notice?
No,
Really?
I don't even look at the clocks.
Yeah.
Because that's your job. So the angle of us sitting, those clocks are off to my side, so they're not really in my straight
I'm the
vision.
clock watcher.
She has a good view of the clock, so she keeps track of our commercial times. But I'm just happy to be here and just sit here and chit chat and don't have to worry about the clocks.
Yeah. Now sometimes if I get excited about a story or whatever, I'll see Ty roll out and be like, "Time for a commercial break," and that type of thing. But it's just like, okay, that. But I don't understand. So they must have put. But I don't understand because the little clicky hand, the second hand or whatever it's called, is going.
Well, I think the batteries are going dead, but maybe aren't completely dead.
Well, they need to die so they can be.
There's extra batteries around here somewhere. I'll
take it off the wall. But it is weird. But yeah, because there's 3 different times. But I got in. I'm like, okay, I can't take my eyes off that wall. See, weirdness. I'm telling you, it's just weirdness. Yeah, I don't know. That's why everything has to be put in its place. Yeah, I can be sitting at home, and I'll be sitting there and I'll be watching TV and if I look up and I have a lady that cleans my house every other week, and if she's dusted a picture and it's just barely, I'll get up and be like, I have to fix it.
Well, my pictures in my living room are crooked all the time because something about the wall that they're on, when our front door shuts, the kids shut it hard, everything goes wonky. And honestly, after 25 years, I've given up straightening everything. Yeah. So if you come over to my house, my pictures are crooked, and I don't care. Do you know the I Don't Care Club? Have you seen that? It's like a viral.
No.
She's a viral creator. Her name's Melanie. I can't think of her last name, but it's she'll wear a napkin on her shirt and it says I do not care. She is the president of the I Do Not Care Club. And she, you have to Google her. She speaks for perimenopausal, menopausal women, and how when we're getting after a certain age, we just don't care anymore.
We don't care.
And so then people have started writing into her things that they do not care about. So I should send her a message and say, I do not care that the pictures on my living room walls are crooked when the door shuts because I'm tired of straightening them. So I just, I don't care.
Really?
You'll have to watch her. She's hilarious.
I'm going to do that.
She's hilarious, yeah.
I'm going to do that.
She's kind of went viral. There's a few, she has over 1 million followers now, and there's a few stars, I'm trying to think who they were, that sent in videos and joined the I Do Not Care Club. I can't remember who they are, but theirs was cute, too.
That's funny. That's kind of a clever little... I'll have to do that, too, because there are some things that...
No, but it sounds like you care.
About pictures, that's my crookedness,
Yeah, you care.
Yeah, my filter's gone. I never had much one anyway. My filter's totally gone.
Yeah, you don't care about that.
My give-a-darn's busted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would be my it's like, my give-a-darn's busted, but anyway. But yeah, now that I'm looking at the clock that I always watch, it's time to take a commercial break.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll be right back.
At Clay County Hospital, we're dedicated to providing quality care for you and your family. Our skilled medical team is committed to your well-being, ensuring that you receive the personalized attention you deserve. From filling your prescriptions at our state-of-the-art pharmacy to a visit with our compassionate behavioral health providers, we're here to support you every step of the way in your journey. Experience the difference at Clay County Hospital, where your health is our priority. Clay County Hospital. Complete care, start to finish.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow. growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and I'm going to read an article from Mr. Bill Oliver, who I love and miss. I can talk about Bill Oliver all day long, actually. And this is a funny one. It's called Live and Let Dry. It's a conversation between Bill and his dad.
Okay.
Now, I didn't realize that his dad was a plumber.
His dad, I think, was a plumber, but by the time I met his dad in like the late 1990s, he was already retired.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know his dad.
I knew his mom and his dad, and they were both incredibly nice people.
Were they funny?
Funny, yes.
So that's where he got it.
And just nice, just treated everyone very kindly.
I miss this paper so much. Just like you just flipped over here because I was just checking to see where I'm going to be reading at. At the bottom, there's just a little quote. Despite what some people say, kicking, pounding, and throwing sometimes helps. I don't know. I just miss the hometown.
For those that are just tuning in and haven't heard us talk about these articles before, this is an old copy, I think she said 2009, of the Hometown Journal newspaper that was published in Flora for many years and is no longer in business. And Bill Oliver has passed away, but he was the editor of the paper. And
so funny.
Great columns.
Yes, they're funny. My dad was a plumber, and if I may say so, a darned good one. He took great pride in his trade. He always strove to get the job done right the first time, and without charging the customer an arm and a leg. And of course, we had the poorest plumbing in town, because he was always busy fixing other people's problems instead of our own. I suppose if he had been a mechanic, our family would have traveled to town in a horse and buggy. True talk right here. My dad was a bricklayer. We never lived in a brick house. I'll tell you this is a funny story. So, I remember when I was out of high school, and when I went to college first, I was going to be a school teacher. Okay? And so anyway, I was going to OCC or whatever to start that. Then I was going to go to Charleston. After starting the path of it, I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. So I was like, I'm going to drop out of that. I'm going to go to cosmetology school. So I came. Actually, my parents were in Florida. They were in Panama City visiting Diane, and I called them and said, Hey, Mom, hey, I'm gonna. I don't want to be a school teacher. I don't want to go to school for 3 more years. So I'm gonna drop out, and I'm gonna go to cosmetology school. Of course, typical mom was like, Oh, well. Okay, if that's what you want to do. And then Dad's like, what's she doing? I could hear him in the background. What's she doing? And Mom was like, well, we'll talk about it later. What's she doing? And, of course, he's like, give me the phone, he's like, what do you think you're doing? I said, well, I've decided that I'm not going to be a school teacher anymore. I don't want to be a school teacher. I'm going to go to cosmetology school. He said, you don't even fix your own hair, Stacey. I said, we don't live in a brick house, Dad. And he went, oh, okay, here's your mother. Yeah, because I never did fix my own hair. But anyway, that's just a funny story. So that's what kind of like when he talked about this, it's like, okay, I'm going to read this article. It reminded me of Dad. I once accompanied my dad on a job, and he asked me to fetch a particular tool for him from his massive toolbox. It took me 4 trips before I finally returned with the right one. Whatever hopes he had of me following in his footsteps were dashed that day entirely. I am not a handyman. I did not inherit the I can fix anything gene. I don't own a toolbox. Instead, I have a drawer in my kitchen that contains a pair of pliers, 2 screwdrivers, a hammer, and a giant roll of duct tape. If a job needs more than that, well, that's why God created the Yellow Pages. When I was younger, I lived in an apartment complex where everyone shared a washer and dryer. It never failed that when I wanted to do my laundry, the machines were always in use. Oftentimes, the dryer would remain full of someone's clothes for hours before they would finally retrieve them. I swore that I would someday own my own laundry pair. Can you imagine? That would be awful.
Yeah, that would be awful. And that's just disrespectful to leave your stuff sitting there.
Have you ever? I've never lived in anywhere like that. Have you?
I haven't either.
No, I remember when I was, I've used the laundromat a few times. I think when we were first married, I used the laundromat a few times, and you'd go in there, and sometimes people would leave stuff in a dryer, but not very often.
Yeah, I've had to use the laundromat a few times just over the years, like when our washer or dryer would break down.
Yeah.
It was time to buy a new one. There might be a day or two where I had to do that, but I've been pretty fortunate to always have my washer or dryer.
I didn't mind it too much. Of course, it was just me and Jim. Now, there for a while, like if I needed to like do quilts or like do bedding stuff, I would do that. But now, anymore with bed butt.
Yeah. There's just certain things you just don't want to get.
There's just certain things you just don't do. That day came when I bought a house. My new washer and dryer were hooked up down to the basement, and I was thrilled that I no longer had to find somebody else's underwear mixed in with my clothes. Or that I didn't have to spend every Sunday afternoon at the public laundry with a bunch of helpless men who are also trying to babysit at the same time. Gosh. That's funny. But then I began to complain that every time I wanted to wash my clothes, I had to go down to the basement. My laundry's in my basement. Our laundry's in our basement. So, and our bedroom's upstairs. So it's kind of like it would be nice whenever we go down to Florida at my mom's place down in Florida. I didn't mind doing laundry because all on the same floor. I do hate going down the basement. But
my laundry room's right off of my kitchen. It's very
very handy.
Very handy.
Yeah, that's the only thing that when Jim and I really get old, that we're gonna have to change.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move that up.
Yeah, because we've got bedrooms and bathrooms downstairs, but the laundry's in the basement. But if I get that old, we'll probably we'll have to downsize probably anyway. Who knows? But that's a while away. Eventually, the washer and dryer were moved upstairs. Then I moaned that it was too far from the closet to carry the clothes. It seems we are never completely content in life. Doing the laundry has never been my ideal of a thrilling event. I hate laundry. Jim does it all. I don't even know why I worry about it because Jim does all the laundry. I do have to put mine away.
I do the laundry, and I tell you, sometimes I am on it, and I just, everything's caught up, and we stay like that for weeks and weeks, and it's good, and then life gets busy, and then it gets backed up. And then I just feel like I'm never going to get out of the depths of the laundry.
Does Jason give you good advice on how to maybe make that easier?
No, actually, he will help if needed.
But he's not retired. But maybe if he was retired, he could give you the advice that old Ron gave Susie.
I think he knows better than to give me advice like that. So.
Oh. Okay. I suppose it beats carrying your clothes down to the river and beating them clean against a rock. I had a housemate who insisted on hanging wet clothes outside on a clothesline. Oh, no way. Did you ever do that too?
Yeah, and I actually kind of like that.
Did you really?
Yeah, when we moved into our house, the house we live in now, we no longer have a clothesline. And I asked Jason to build me one, and he said he would. And, well, that was about 26 years ago.
Yeah.
I still don't have one.
You don't see that anymore now that I think about it, do you?
I saw one yesterday, actually, across the street, kind of through on another street. There was a backyard I had a view of, and they had their clothes out on the line. Yeah, so, a lot of people just don't do it anymore, but I like the smell of, the clothes coming in from outside and stuff.
Yeah, my mom never did it, and I never. Now, when we moved in our house, there was a clothesline there because it was an older couple. Hartons built our house. And, they had one, but I don't know what happened. It's gone now. Bill would tell his housemate, we have a clothes dryer, And, yes, he would reply, but nothing smells better than clothes that have been dried by the sun and a fresh breeze. I was never sold on that idea. Clothes dried outdoors usually require ironing, and that calls for setting up an ironing board and spending hours toiling away at a task that simply could have been eliminated with the use of a dryer. If I wanted my clothes to smell fresh as the outdoors, well, that's why God invented Febreze. And even when the clothes hung out on the line, I would still come up missing a sock or two. Once I even lost a pant leg.
See, he would exaggerate in his writing.
Well, a couple weeks ago, I was catching up on the laundry. It was time. I was finding myself spraying cologne on underwear that had been worn for the past 5 days.
Oh, my gosh.
Because the other 3 pair were also in need of laundry. Sure, Bill. Mm-hmm. When I went to get the clothes out of the dryer, they were still very damp. Perhaps I had forgotten to turn it on, so I set the timer and walked away. An hour later, I opened the door and pulled out a shirt, and it was still damp. Everything was. I turned the machine back on and felt the lid. It wasn't getting warm. This wasn't a good sign. Mm-hmm. Since I was down to my last clean shirt and a pair of pants, I had no choice but to hang the wet clothes outside. The only problem, I don't have a clothesline. So I put all the clothes on hangers and hung them from the railing on my front step. I'm surprised people driving by didn't stop thinking I was having some sort of yard sale. There was a nice breeze that afternoon, so I figured it wouldn't take long for them to dry. But around 4 o'clock, a heavy rain came out of nowhere, and my clothes were put through nature's rinse cycle.
Oh, my gosh.
I put them back outside the next day, which was sunny and hot, and they finally dried. They were wrinkled but dry, and I admit, they did smell fresh. Now it was time to set up the ironing board and get to work. For the first time in years, my shirt sleeves actually had creases. I was a terrible ironer. My mother, every Wednesday, would set up her ironing board and iron clothes and watch TV. Every single Wednesday she ironed. I don't iron. I'm one of those, when I iron something, it's worse than whenever I started ironing. Now, Jim, when he worked at NAL, when they wore suits and stuff, Jim ironed. Like when Jim preaches now, Jim would be the one that would iron, but now we just got a steamer. Steamers are nice.
Steamers are nice.
They're easier. But yeah, my mom ironed. Did your mom do much ironing?
Her and my dad both ironed when needed.
Yeah.
My dad didn't mind iron, and he's really particular, so he could make him look perfect. He was a little better.
Was he military?
No.
Really?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, but I don't mind iron either. My ironing board's always set up in my sewing room, but not so much for clothes, although I do iron Jason's dress shirts. But mainly for quilting, your iron is a tool. And, I mean, it's just as important as your sewing machine. So that's why mine's always set up.
Yeah.
But
well, we're going to take another commercial break, and then I'm going to come back and finish Bill's story on Live and Let Dry.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Since 2004, Ed Lewis Trucking has been moving America forward. Family-owned and built on values that matter. Reliability, hard work, and service you can count on. From dry van freight to dump and hopper bottoms, plus top-tier truck maintenance in their state-of-the-art shop that's open to all truckers, not just their own fleet. They're growing stronger, expanding with their recent acquisition of McKinney Trucking, but never losing sight of what drives them. It's Ed Lewis Trucking, family-driven, service-proven. Call Ed Lewis Trucking at 618-686-3555.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me all your lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and we're finishing up a column here by Bill Oliver, Live and Let Dry. So Bill's having trouble with he's having to hang his clothes outside on the line. He goes on to say, but I was still faced with the problem of a dryer that was not functioning properly. So I got online and Googled. I found that the problem could be a bad heating coil or possibly a blown thermostat fuse. Either way, I had no idea what those things were. But it did give me an idea that perhaps I had blown a breaker. No such luck. I decided to place all bets on a bad heating element. But where in the devil was it located? Once again, back online, I actually found info on a dryer similar to mine and the location of the heating coil. I unplugged the dryer and removed the back panel and got to work, having no idea whatsoever what I was doing, but I was bound and determined to fix the problem all by myself. Of course, it required the kinds of screwdrivers I didn't own, and that meant a trip to the hardware section of the local Guy Stuff store. But I finally managed to get closer to the heating element. The website had told me that the coil was housed inside a chimney. Disconnect all wires leading to the chimney, remove a couple of screws, and pull the chimney out of the back of the dryer. Sounded simple. What the heck does the chimney look like? The information continued to say, if you're an idiot, I don't know what the chimney looks like. Click here for a picture, dummy.
Yeah.
I did well. My dryer is 22 years old, and the chimney had become welded to the frame with time. So I did what any handyman facing such a problem would do. I gave the sucker a couple good whacks with a hammer, and presto, it was removed. Next, I pulled the heating element from inside the chimney, and sure enough, one of the coils had burned in two. Now, I was getting somewhere. My problem was finding a replacement. I went to my trusted friend, Joe Etchison, who had exactly what I needed. And for about $10 less than it would have cost me to order online, I was impressed. Can you install this yourself, Joe asked. Of course I can, I assured him. He shot me a look of doubt, but just shrugged. I'm sure he expected to see me again in about an hour, requesting a visit from his serviceman. Joe warned me to make sure I didn't lean on the dryer when I plugged it back in, just in case I could have reconnected something wrong, causing the dryer to short out. It will give you a shock so bad it'll make you tinkle, he said.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. After much swearing and finger scraping, I finally got the heating element back in its place. The vent hose reconnected and the back panel replaced, and plugged the machine back into the three-pronged thingy on the wall. So far, so good. I didn't get electrocuted, and I only had 3 screws left over.
Oh, my.
So, oh boy, so he didn't get it done. He got it done, but he's got 3 screws left over. That's never a good sign either. I crossed my fingers, and I filled the drum with freshly washed clothes, and I turned the dryer on. It didn't explode or catch fire. I was so proud of my accomplishment, I nearly threw my shoulder out of place by patting myself on the back. I spent the entire day washing and drying clothes with glee. I even called my friends to ask if they had any dirty clothes they needed washing. It just proves that we should never, ever take these amazing modern appliances for granted. You don't truly know how much you appreciate them until they quit working. Now it's on to the bathroom to fix the drip in the toilet. I'm on a roll.
Wow, I can't believe he actually fixed
I
that.
can't believe he fixed it either.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Oh, Bill.
Yes. And he always exaggerates stuff, so really, who knows?
Well,
he might not have fixed it.
That's what a great writer does, right?
Yes.
Exaggerate stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so funny. Yeah. I'm just going to see whatever. Oh, this is a cute one. It's like 7. I'm just looking at this picture. 7-year-old Emily Dagg is interviewed by the judges at Saturday's Little Miss and Little Miss Mr. Fish Fry.
Yeah, it's about fish fry time, and we're talking about the Xenia fish fry. Yeah. I don't know if that's over or if that's coming up in the next week or so.
Isn't that in September?
I thought it was in the end of August is when I thought it was.
It may be. Yeah, and then I found this one. Then you remember when we did the caboose? We talked about the caboose? We did that one, and then there's this 100th Packer reunion. It's so fun when you go through these old newspapers. This is where I get a lot of my ideas stuff.
Yep.
And then, of course, the Lady Pups defeat the Cardinals. Or Centralia, Lawrenceville struggle at Carmine tournament. Yeah, there's just so many fun.
Mm-hmm. Back to school skating.
Yeah.
It is back to school time.
Yep.
School starts on Monday.
Yeah, these are fun. I may that might be fun. I might go through some of these and just pick out and do some pictures next week. See, because like that's a young picture of Brooke Bales. I don't know. That might be fun just to put them out there. Do some old pictures. Plus, I've got that yearbook that I've had, and I've got, because I want to do that 1930s and do the football. I'm going to do that closer to football season. But shoot, when is the first football game?
August 20th at Cesar, I think.
That's like
next week.
That would literally be like a week from Friday.
Wow. Yep. 'Tis the season for
football.
Football.
And didn't August just start? I don't even know what the date today is. Like today, like the 11th or something?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it just started, and
it's already time for me to pay my utility bill.
Yeah, like where do the days go? I mean, they just fly by.
I don't know. Gosh.
I don't know either.
What is happening?
Yes, it is gonna. And fall is always the fastest time of the year.
It needs to slow down because I like fall.
I do too.
I like fall.
I do too.
Oh, and I'm already getting. Oh my gosh! And now you get on Facebook right now. They're mums. Mums.
Yep.
I love mums. And I'm already like, okay, this is dead and this is dead. I'm already starting to pull out.
Yep, I've had to throw away a few baskets because they just got too dry.
Mine are dead. Yeah. And I'm already now I'm weird about this too because like there's some things now like in my perennial thing. It's like, okay, because I planted these daisy things that came up beautiful. So I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, you didn't do very good. I didn't like you. You didn't do your thing. So now today I'm kind of it's like, okay, I'm going to pull this out and I'll put a stake in the ground and I'll put a little note on that. I want a daisy. Because by next year, it's kind of like, now where did I want to
well, I have a notebook and I just, the things that did really well, I'll pull the little thing out of that I kept that says what it was.
Yeah.
And I'll tape that into my notebook and I'll say, this is what I had in this basket or this is what I had planted here and it did really well. And then there's other ones that I'm like, do not buy this again.
Yeah, I've got, because like I did that year with like annuals to put around to make pretty. It's like you didn't do nothing. I don't want you anymore. And I've got like certain spots, but I'll forget my spots because I go around the whole house. So like I'll just have like I got like little sticks, little sticks, and then I'll just do that and be like,
that works.
Yeah, put that in. And put like this is because I like sometimes like when you go out to the wherever I buy them from and like that little thing that's in there I keep those too. So then like I'll type and I'll put that on that stick and be like, okay, I want this there because like some of my stuff just didn't. Some stuff did amazing. I did get those one plants are like those ones that go up and they grow up and they got like those little bells or whatever, and they are because I planted them late, but they're greening up, and I think they did take root, so I think they'll be good.
Well, that's
but there was something, a lot of things did good, but like there are certain, and then I've got like a book that's like annuals. I didn't like these, and I take pictures.
The nice thing about having it on a notebook is that you can take that notebook with you when you go shopping next year, and then be like, oh yeah. I bought this last year. I didn't like it.
Yeah, and I take pictures of what I liked, and they're on my phone because it's like. Yeah, no, it's like, but those daisy things I had, and they did really well. So I went and got more. I'm like, man, I wonder if they got any more, because I thought, well, is it too late to plant those now? Then they'll just be ready for next year. But I'll do them this spring, because the ones that I planted in the spring, they did real well, too. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up my spots and stick them in because I'm like, I don't like it when it looks dead and stuff.
Right.
And in those spots right there, I'll just put a mum.
Yeah, I'm super excited about my mums.
I love mums, and I do love fall because right now that we are in August, now that we're in August and everything's getting, because like last night we went out to eat with Jim's mom and dad, and it's getting darker. Like the sun was starting to go down, like around 7:30, I think. You know, now that time's coming. Now I'm like, okay, I'm done with so I got to go. I'm gonna clean up some hanging baskets this afternoon and stuff.
Yep.
So, but anyway.
Okay, let's end with something funny. What do you got?
Okay. Bill Engvall, here we go. I went to the pet store to buy a chew toy for my dog. The clerk asked, "Is this for your dog?" I said, "Nope, it's for me. I am trying to quit chewing on the couch."
That's a good one. I like that one.
It is. I mean, because it's just like, why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Yeah.
But people just start talking and they don't think, you know.
They don't think.
Gosh.
Oh, that's a funny one. Yeah, we
Yes.
still got a little bit more time. We got about another minute or so. You can tell people where they can find us.
Okay, so as always, you can find us on Wabash Catch TV, Channel 100. We are on Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. and then again at 3 p.m. Our new episodes air on Thursdays and Fridays. And all of our episodes can be found on our YouTube channel. Just type in Beth and Stacey and you should... our channel will come up. You click on that. Some of our videos are under the tab that says videos, while others are under the tab that says live. So check both places. You should be able to find them all. And that's pretty much it for today. So
yeah, I think it is. Yeah, but yeah, go find us all. We got how many? Hey, Ty, what episode are we on? Or what is this?
This is episode 241.
Episode 241. What? So there should be 240 episodes on YouTube at least. Yeah.
241 shows?
Yes. We're going to have a celebration soon at 300 because I don't think we ever celebrated 200.
What? How does that happen?
It just happens. Time flies.
I can't even imagine.
Time flies.
Oh, and then our studio will be moved to this fall. We're going to be actually recording in Flora at the other Wabash building. So this set, sooner or later, we'll be having a new set. Yep. It's going to be fun. We got some plans. We're not going to tell you what it is, but
it's a surprise.
It'll be a little bit different, and so we'll be recording in Florida. That'll be kind of fun, and so that'll be interesting. We got just we're on an antique hunt, maybe for something. I don't know.
Some supplies for the new set.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to that. So we do have some changes coming up.
Yeah, there are some changes. So thanks.
So that'll be great.
Yeah, thanks for watching with us and hanging out with us through the years.
Yeah, the years. What is this? Is this our?
I think this is our third year.
My.
Wowzer. So anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
God bless you, and have a great day.